Welcome to the E-Academy. In today's episode, we will continue to work with the CONFX hardware configurator. The program is already open. As you can see, the project we created in the previous episode is now loaded. Today, we will examine the two items from the menu on the left, namely the current balance and the costs. Let's start with the balance. You can see three items here that provide quick information about the current demand of the electrical loads as well as the output current of the power supplies at the moment. The value described as average is the sum of the standby current draws of all devices used in the project. Of course, only the parameters of devices consuming energy from the system are counted. No battery-powered devices are included in the current balance. The second item is the sum of the maximum current draws of all electrical loads. The third item refers to the efficiency of power supply devices. It is the sum of the maximum output currents of all power supplies working in the system. To take a closer look at the details of the current balance, click on the pencil icon. Now you can see the list of all devices working in the system. The values of output current or current consumption are displayed only for those devices that are included in the current balance. In the case of the electrical loads, there are two columns. The first of them contains values for a single unit of a given device. The second column includes total values for groups of the same devices. Here you can see them, based on the example of slim dual detectors. The first column shows the value of the average current consumption and the maximum current draw of one detector, while next to it, the total current draw values for all slim dual detectors used in the project are shown. In the lower right corner, the three previously discussed values are shown, the same that are displayed in the menu on the left. Below is a section that allows you to calculate what the suggested battery capacity should be for system operation on backup power for a specified period of time. Let's see how it works. Let's assume that the system would work for one full day drawing energy from batteries. Enter therefore 24 hours. As you can see, the program suggests what the battery capacity should be for two cases. The first value takes into account the system's standby mode. The other one takes into account extreme conditions, i.e. has been defined for maximum current draws of all devices. If at this stage you start adding more electrical loads to our system, the calculated suggested battery capacities will change. These values will increase, of course. Please keep in mind that in CONFX you can use the so-called validation of system correctness. In the current case, this option is active. One of the functions related to this is to check that the total current draws do not exceed the power supply output current. Let's check how it works. We return to the map view. Devices that consume a relatively large amount of current are sirens. For example, let's choose the SP4003 outdoor siren. As you can see, the program informs you that the system output current has been exceeded. It also suggests that an additional power supply be added to the project. Let's go for a while to the current balance window. A warning symbol has appeared in the total maximum current consumption field. To increase the current draw value in the system, let's try to add, for example, two more INT TSI keypads. Now the warning symbol is also displayed for the total average current draw. Okay, let's add a power supply to the system. The chosen model is APS412. You can see right away that the system output current has increased. And here you can see what is the output current of the power supply just added. At the same time, the warning symbols at the total current draw fields have disappeared. Okay, now let's proceed to the second subject of today's episode, the costs. We will discuss what the cost estimate of the created system looks like and what we can do with it. To do so, click on the pencil symbol in the Costs section. A table containing all the system elements that have been used in the project is displayed. The first column shows their names. Next to it are the quantities of individual items. Next is the column showing the net prices. By default, CONFX displays no prices. In a moment, we'll show you how to add product prices to the program. You can enter a discount amount for each item. The next column will then display the unit price including the discount. The next column is the tax. You can change its rate for each item. Additionally, when loading the price list to the program, you will be prompted to indicate the default tax rate. The next column is the net value of the item, i.e. the unit price, including any discount multiplied by the number of items. The last two columns are the tax rate and the gross value of individual items. It is worth noting here that the default tax rate and the displayed currency may differ depending on the CONFX program version. At the very bottom, you can also enter the markup percentage value, which will automatically be included in the whole table. Now, let's go to the Price List tab. As we already mentioned, the CONFX program shows by default no prices, but a list of all items available from SATEL product range, described as official. In order for prices to appear in the program, you must import a price list received, e.g. from a distributor. You can also use the official list as a template to make your own price list. The data in the price list file should be formatted in an appropriate manner. For details, refer to the program manual. Now let's see how to do it. In the main menu, select File, Settings. Here you can see a button for importing price lists. At the moment, we have no file available which contains product prices. Therefore, we'll show you how to create your own price list based on a template exported from CONFX. Press the Export button and give a name to the template, which will be saved soon. This file can be opened, for example, in the Notepad application available in Windows. For example, enter prices for the first three items. One of them is the Integra 128 plus control panel, which is used in our project. Save the file and close the Notepad. Of course, the CSV file containing prices can also be opened for editing in any spreadsheet. If you are skilled in using such a program, you can create certain formulas and, for example, comprehensively change the prices of all products. The file with the prepared price list can now be imported to CONFX. Select the modified file and confirm your choice. Give a name to the new price list. Choose the currency. Then set the default tax rate. Click OK. Check whether your price list has appeared on the list. OK, it is visible. Should it be unnecessary, you can always remove it by clicking Delete. Close the Settings menu. Let's go back to the Costs section. Check that for the official list available by default, all prices as well as the value of our system are 0. Now let's choose our price list. You can see now that the entered prices appear at the first three control panels. Since a price has been assigned to the control panel used in the system, the value of our system has changed. The prepared list can be quickly exported to a PDF file. In the Additional Elements tab, you can add to the system costs various items not included in the price list, such as wiring or labor. They are automatically added to the total system costs. Here you can also include your discounts and markup and prepare a PDF with the display table. Having prepared the full cost estimate, you can make full documentation of your project in PDF. Before doing that, however, you can add a logo that will appear on the documentation. To do so, select File, Settings in the main menu. Select the Logo Type in Documents option. You still have to load the logo file. OK, a thumbnail with the image loaded appears next to the Load button. Close the settings. Now click on the Documentation button. The program asks which elements of the projects are to be included in the PDF file. Select all and click Save. Go to the directory in which your quotation file has been saved. Open the documentation. You have everything here: building maps with system components arranged. List of items. You can see here that the loaded logo has been used. Cost estimate. Current balance and datasheets of the products used. The documentation prepared in this way can be sent by email or printed and presented to the investor at a meeting. That is all for this episode. Thank you for your attention. We invite you to the next E-Academy meetings. See you soon.